right, everyone. We have our final match between Jeremy and Peter Vieren for the right to take on the number one seed in the OTSL playoffs. So Jeremy's here with me, and I'll kind of comment, and he'll tell me why he did things. How's it going, Jeremy?
I'm doing good, Derek.
All right.
I will tell you why I did things. They won't necessarily be good reasons, but
So headline here looks like captured Nazi.
I think so.
All right, and you.
Yes, and I changed things up here. When we did game one, I picked the US, and then for game three, I actually went ahead and picked the USSR. So we'll see if that pays
I
off.
was about to ask that because I know you usually say you play better as the U.S., but you chose the Soviets here.
Yep, and that's where I was leaning. And then on actually, that's great. On Thursday, I had a Rats game. Well, we played a lot of it on Thursday, and just as the U.S. and just the confluence of events that happened to make me lose that game by 1 PP was just like, I'm done.
Ouch. Yeah, getting purged. Like usually, as the Soviets, it's not as bad because you have a lot of events. But looking at your hand here, you don't really necessarily have a lot of events.
Yeah, and I kind of okay, yeah, you got the video sped up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking I remember taking a decent amount of time thinking about should I use the ops to coup here, and it turns out no, I shouldn't have, but oh well.
Uh, yeah, and that's especially rough because you don't have a lot of ops after using NTB there.
Yep.
Oh, I'm
So
curious
I
if you
maybe
go for the Malaysia duck and cover coup here.
that's an interesting thought.
All right, well, clearly you didn't.
I did not.
Yeah, I think under Purge, that's a little riskier.
Yeah, for sure. I usually like that play, but I don't think I really considered it here. Probably just because then it's just one op plays once I do duck and cover.
Yep.
And I think I'm planning on UNing duck and cover, and I'm trying to debate in my head whether or not I want to blockade or not.
Yeah, it's a tough call turn one. Because then if you're not hitting D-style, then D-style can be held through the reshuffle.
Yep.
What are you thinking about Middle East's presence? Like, are you gonna plan to take were you planning to take Iraq, or maybe just put something in Syria at some point?
I think I'm leaning towards just Syria at this point because I just have so few apps, and I think I'm deciding that I'm just going to slowly but surely take South Korea too. It'll only take half the turn.
Yeah, it's tough because you have the war, and the second you play it, if you haven't taken Korea,
Yeah,
he's
he's done
gonna
so.
pile in there.
So he's had nice ops so far.
Indeed, he has. Okay, makes sense. How are you doing in the Rats League so far?
So it's the Swiss, and that was the one I lost the game in. The Swiss tournament, I'm doing bad. I think I won my first two, and I've lost everyone since then. All to like good players, but still.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started Rats Cup, 2. And I had a bad loss in my first game, but I've won. I should stop whining about things because I basically played extra strong player. We played mostly today, and I won that game, so that was a big game.
All right.
The next game warning will only be up for the entirety of the video. I did clear it out before the start of this, but then someone took a turn.
I know. Yeah, that's why I was asking. Like, oh, he's got some game, Rats game going on there.
Yeah.
All right, well, you have lots of D-style fuel for when you draw it next turn.
I hope I draw it next turn. And congratulations to me on spending 4 ARs and taking South Korea successfully.
That was quite the journey in Korea there.
But I don't know what else I should have done. I could have spent just as long taking Iraq, it seems. It's more D-stall fuel.
My goodness, yeah.
I was worried he was going to poke me in Syria. That's why I did.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I did get a couple mill ops. I mean, it's the board doesn't look great, but that wasn't that horrible. And there's a lot of potential headlines here.
Yeah. Ooh, there's lots of goodies.
Lots of good headlines, but not great ops, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And DEFCON is at 5, which is interesting.
Yeah, this would have been a much better hand last turn. Like, I would be okay getting purged on this hand.
Yep. But so, like, you can't really degall.
Right, because you'll just get wiped out, or you coup and then he takes France.
Yep. And even, like, decall doesn't seem great.
Yeah, because you're hoping to get rid of CIA. That'll just make it trickier. Hmm.
And I think I'm trying to see what can I do with that. And it's like, well, not that much.
Yeah, this is a tough call. Like, I mean, Cambridge, there's a good chance you'd hit something. But I don't know how helpful that actually is. Although if you hit Europe, you could poke Italy.
Look at that. Derek, did you watch the video beforehand?
I did not. No. All right, so I'm guessing you're poking Italy here.
Yeah, but then I don't know exactly. I spend a decent amount of time. I'm glad you've got this fast forwarded because I spend a decent amount of time figuring out exactly what the heck the follow is to this. Because again, I mean, my only ops I can use to take it are De Gaulle, really. I could try Marshall. Because I don't want him to just coup it, and you know?
Yeah.
But then I'm not getting Dom if I do that. Don't like that. So I don't know. What'd you do? What would you do here?
I mean, there aren't any 4-ops left, right? Oh wait, U.S. Japan is out there. U.S. Japan.
Yeah.
So I was almost thinking let him coup it.
Yeah, and he just scored Asia too, which surprised me a little bit. I'm looking at a coup actually. So he can.
Yeah, scoring Asia was kind of surprising because he really does have the inside track there.
Yeah, so I put 4-ops with China in, and watching it back, I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I like that. It's nice you don't have to worry about Middle East for a little bit.
Yep. It's not interesting for him because I don't think he's going to have great ops. I mean, there are still decent ops out there, but And actually, I don't really have much ops wise except for Marshall. So
Yeah, I mean, he controls the scoring, but you have so much influence in Europe. Hmm. It's interesting. He has a +1 realign now. But you could.
yeah.
Oh, but you can. Oh, but if you coup, he's just going to drop Europe.
So I mean, I could have placed into Yugo, but then he places into Greece. So I don't like.
I mean,
I think it
you
makes
could have
it known
taken
to him.
Greece.
Yeah, but then all my ops are basically gone.
Yeah.
This coup is actually somewhat threatening to him, I think. Also, like IP War is also unmodified now,
Yeah, that's true.
although DEFCON's still at 4, so he could coup back. But
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, and he doesn't know you don't have the Middle East.
yep. So now I'm trying to decide if I think I can win an ops war in Europe, and I think I can.
Yeah.
Although I'm not sure about this because I'm starting to have obligations once we, other than De Gaulle, really. Because I
Uh,
can't hold. I don't want to hold CIA. I don't want to hold decall.
mm-hmm.
Marshall could be playable.
Yeah, you're getting to
Sure.
the point. Like, once he takes Greece, it's not that big a deal to play Marshall.
Yep. Always annoying to give CIA and show your opponent a D card, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
planning on doing it. Yeah, so now I'm realizing, well, if he fights really, really hard for Europe, which I kind of don't think he should, just because look at all those European ops in there.
Right.
But I have tempo problems if he does that.
Hmm.
He doesn't, though.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'd do here. Yeah, I think giving CIA probably makes the most sense. Although then he knows whether he can win an ops war in Europe. Oh, and this. Okay, I was about to say this also lets him block Europe domination, but you could just take Yugo then if he does
Yeah,
that.
that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. I don't remember if it's what actually, I actually don't think it's what actually happens, but that's what I was planning on.
Yeah, he is thinking about this a good long time.
Well, it's a good call speeding the video up because this is going to be a pretty thinky game. We both
Okay.
take some time at times.
Yeah, I was playing my ITSL game last night and I started rushing towards the end because I was getting close to 45 minutes. And then I realized, oh, it's an ITSL game. We have an hour.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
so used to those 45-minute RTSL games.
Nice. Our TSL season should start up relatively soon, right?
I think so. Already had signups, right?
Oh, I might not have done that.
Well, maybe he didn't have signups. I don't remember. Oh, cause
He's
yeah. Hmm.
yeah there. Or maybe Burma?
Yeah,
I
he
don't
went
know.
Burma.
Burma. So I'm trying to be annoying in the Middle East.
Yeah, and actually that worked out well.
Yeah.
And I get Wayne to drop DEFCON as quickly as possible too, holding decal.
Yeah, I've got some designs on an IP war, but now that he's seen that, that's not going to happen.
Mm.
But yeah, it's really just to drop DEFCON. And I figure he wants his Millops too
Mm-hmm.
at some point. I don't remember if I end up holding IP war, but IP war would be a good hold card.
Yeah, I always like to use it if I don't have Pakistan and India, just to get it back in
Yeah,
there.
that's fair.
Oh, wow.
So that's nice.
Yeah, that's really nice. And now I was going to say coup and he doesn't get Millops. I'd. Oof. Alright, well, I'm guessing decal next.
I think I rolled a one on that coup, is what happened there.
You did, yes.
Yeah, it denies him Millops, which I think is good. But it will let him spread a little bit here, which is unfortunate.
No, I think denying him Millops I think was good. I can see why he didn't fight for Europe.
Yeah, he had some problems.
Nasser saves you a VP.
And yeah, Special was a known card still out there, so he actually fixed the UK and only partially fixed France there.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I have NATO, which is a redraw, I believe.
Yes, I think Formosan and NATO are redraws.
Yep, that sounds right. NATO's a nice 4-op, but it's tricky, right? Because I don't have
Right, he has
Special.
special. But he doesn't know you have it, so he might play special early.
That's what I'm hoping.
Hmm. Oh.
Yeah, a couple of those in a row. I think that's okay with Nasser in hand knowing Middle East is coming because I don't know. It's just
Yeah,
one VP.
I
Nasser.
might have headlined Nasser, but again, yeah, you're right. It's one VP.
Well,
Oh
and then I
my
think
goodness.
yeah, that's not great. Part of my thinking was Nasser's just going to come back in the late war, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's reasonable. The ones you've been rolling haven't been reasonable. But...
No, it's kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, and I like playing Formosan right away with him holding the China card.
Yep. Independent Reds, shockingly annoying in this scenario.
Very annoying.
Truman also a little bit. But I'm going to get rid of that. I don't know. I don't know if this is the greatest play in game 2 of this series. I don't know if you remember, but Peter did a lot of work flipping those African one stabs. So I'm just kind of like, no, you're not doing that again.
Okay, that's fair.
like, and they were good plays, but that
Mhm.
was something that like he was very more aggressive
Yeah.
than I expected with. So
I mean, you could have maybe used. Well, you could use Nasser there instead of Truman.
so I want Truman out because I want him to fill France because Truman's known.
Okay. Oh, okay, and that makes Marshall. Well,
He
hmm.
still spaced it.
Okay,
Let me
that's a
redo that.
redraw as well.
I was hoping to be able to space twice. Didn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I almost feel like I would have rather played Marshall first. I know he could have filled France and Greece, but you could have filled Yugo, overprotected Zaire, and even put two in one of the other Eastern European countries.
Oh, that's interesting.
And then Truman would basically be free. And you could have
So
spaced independent Reds.
that's true. So instead, I've done it this way, but I do still have a tenuous Europe Dom, and he's not playing special. And I've decided
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to 5-year plan Nasser, so that means he's going to get special off, which
Mm-hmm.
is too bad.
Maybe I would have, well, maybe breaking something would make sense here to try to force him to use. I mean, well, you can't force him to use special for ops, probably.
Yeah, oh, you're thinking like breaker, um, maybe Algeria or something like
Yeah.
that. Iran, not Iran, that's scored. Yeah, that's interesting. I went rather conservative with it.
Yeah, I mean, overprotecting Italy is a must.
Yeah. And so now I don't think I have a ton to do with these 3 ops is the problem. So I'm just going to
Mm.
try to be annoying. He does that right away.
Oh. Okay, well, that does block the domination, so I get that.
Yeah, so I'm just going to do this to try to be annoying and try to forestall an AR6 play.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I mean, either that or taking. Oh,
It was very annoying, it
wow.
turns out.
Wow, that was great.
And here's a hand.
Yeah, you can do things with this.
So Asia's unscored. It doesn't look great. The Americas are pretty much empty. Africa's got potential for me. Central, I'm hoping I can get off for nothing.
Yeah, I think leading with Purge makes sense, so grain sales is fun.
Africa is less good, and that's not like, especially, I think D-Stall's in the discard or it's about to be, so
Yeah, he's holding D-Style.
yeah, wasn't the greatest pull.
Yeah, so with that, I would probably, yeah, just drop Central.
Yeah.
One communist among the American advisors at Yalta was one communist too many.
Rush War of Thailand would be really consequential.
And even if there were only one communist,
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
What were you kind of thinking with Rush War targets?
I am looking at that, and I'm looking at Algeria.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Algeria makes a lot of sense too. Oh yeah, that's unmodified right now.
Yeah, and you know me and how I love my brush wars to be unmodified.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at Algeria, really, if we're being honest. And I think, yeah.
Okay, all right. Now Algeria, definitely.
I was going to say, I thought it was more clear than this, but now, okay, yeah, there it is.
Yes, it's very clear now.
And then I think I need to do it quickly because I don't want him to take France.
I
So
know, I'd do it right now.
Oh, good job, Saturday, Jeremy. Yeah, that's the right.
Oh, and the perfect roll for an unmodified rush war.
Yep. Sad Jeremy noises right there with no salt. Oh, look at that. I'm going to tell you that too. Okay. I'm finding that I don't need to say these things in the chat. Okay. VP track is nice, but depending on what happens with South America, the board is
Yeah. Yeah, Africa is very swingy. That could come back. Asia, yeah, that's...
Asia's problematic.
I mean, US Japan is in the discard, right?
I think you and Saturday Jeremy are about on sync right now.
Okay. Because you really don't have a lot of places to put ops.
Well, the other place is France, which is an important country.
Yes, clearly. But yeah, with Europe being scored, I think... yeah. I don't hate that, but I think I might have gone Japan first.
So I'm just, yeah, and I think what that does is it draws the China card out, which is okay, but...
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's going heavy in Southeast Asia.
Yeah, so that means he has the scoring... Or
he either has it or, like, where else, like, Central is scored, so he's not going to do that.
Doesn't seem worthwhile to me.
No, no.
I think I thought about that for a second.
That is a scary looking Europe if you're the US, though.
Yeah. Sadly, it's scored, but yes.
I mean, blockade wasn't invented. I always forget about blockade if it doesn't get invented in the early war.
Yep. So there's that and the VP track, very good for me, but there are some negatives out there too, for sure.
Yeah, not a lot of VP potential for you with the state of things right now.
Yep.
Well, there's some VPs. All right.
So now that he's given that away, like I'm more like him giving up the China card feels more consequential.
Yeah, yeah.
I really hesitate with that.
All right. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, because he can't take it. That's sad.
That is sad. That hurts your chances of getting back in Africa. Oh, unless you have ABM.
Yeah, so it's a good hand. We've seen Missile Envy.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably still the headline.
Oh, you have some interesting choices. Because ABM, you could take Japan and even out Asia. Or you could do a traditional coup somewhere. If you headline it. You could also headline Africa, potentially, but... Oh, yeah,
so
well...
what I'm thinking, and that's very sad, what I'm thinking, I'm trying to count and think to myself, can I get to 20?
Okay, so before scoring Asia, can you get to 20 VPs? All right, that's fair. Yeah, that's not good.
I get out at least. just enough for him,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately. I've decided Japan is the most important thing, which I think is
Yes,
correct.
that was a good move.
He's not wrong. Um, so now I'm counting and realizing that I probably can't quite get to 20, and that little Nixon play has proven to be a nice job by him.
Yeah, I've noticed higher level players are much more inclined to event Nixon for the VPs.
Yeah. Well, because it's 2 ops for 2 VPs, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad.
Yeah, that's fair. I always hate to do it before I see cultural, but yeah, if the VP track is not looking great, yeah, it could really make a difference.
Yep. Yeah, and I think that's right, because
Mm-hmm.
obviously I really need that one. I've also got, oh, I think the only thing I was debating, should I event arms race before doing it, but I don't think, what is he? He can't go anything, really.
Mm-hmm.
Can play war. Space is Willie. I wish I get Asia
Yeah.
off.
So now shuttle isn't as big a deal if you want to play
Yep,
it.
that was the, so I think what I have to do, and I think this is what I do, I think I want to event arms race, play shuttle to take a dom in Africa that he can't counter.
Mm-hmm.
Although actually I guess he could poke in South Africa, but that seems aggressive.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with that line. And this turn will get you so close, but
I know.
just not quite over the finish line. What did he headline? Do you... Oh, he headlined Puppet. Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because, yeah, you had no influence in the Americas. Junta wouldn't do anything.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
the
just...
old Junta for ops.
Yeah, I know. I just rarely see it played for ops. I'm like, why would he do that? But, yeah, Junta wasn't a great headline there.
So that's a 10 VP bomb sitting right there that I can't do much about. At least OAS isn't that bad now.
Yeah. I think we've seen all the ways for you to get into South America other than Allende.
Yeah, so it's I'm gonna have to coup my way in if I can do it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, Africa gets you so close.
Although it's
oh wow.
in reserve, so
yeah.
Technically, I was at 19, but like, not really.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
OPEC is worth 0.
Yeah, this isn't a great hand if you're trying to coup yourself into South America.
Yep.
I might be considering China to coup in there.
Yeah, so the other thing we're thinking about is we have not seen Lone Gunman, and actually the deck is, I think I might even cleverly put this in the chat. I remember the deck being pretty rad at this point.
Yeah.
So Omid is actually more of a problem than it typically is. Do I end up playing China, though? I might. I don't remember.
I think decal is probably the headline here. You can take some Southeast Asian countries.
I think that's what I was thinking. That's sad. Oh, JR just tuned in. He didn't see me be up 19 for a fraction of a second. But he summed things up nicely. Like, yeah, not looking great, despite being up so many points.
Yep. All right. Well, yeah, with South America scored, definitely do that with China.
Yep.
Well, and again, I have things sped up, so it may have been more than a fraction of a second that you were up 19. It could have been like 2 or 3 seconds.
Pretty immediately invented A for B.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there we go. There's me. So helpful. I'm gonna stop writing things in the chat. Yeah, so JR, I scored Africa for 19, but then he immediately invented A for P, so it was like fake 19.
Hey, it was 19. Just there's no such thing as being up by a fake amount.
There was no actually, like when you say you're up 19, it sounds like, wow, that's almost 20, but like I was never really almost 20. So, and I think Thailand is also super important, not just for Southeast Asia scoring, but USJ is still out there and shuttle.
Right, that'll come back eventually. Yeah, oh, shuttle's active too. That's right. All right.
You have in hand, sir. I don't know if that's necessary.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I would have worried about overprotecting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure
that I think I would do. I mean, it's the only scoring out there.
Yeah, so the only problem is if he does this, I'm not going to follow up.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm thinking maybe this wasn't the greatest thing in the world. And yep.
All right, well, that could have been worse. That looked really ugly not too long ago.
Yeah. So now really it's just the pesky Americas that could use a red number of some kind somewhere. I think I'm just trying to, because this is a pretty garbage hand, I think I'm just trying to clear it at this point.
Yeah, Panama Canal's not a big deal. OAS isn't too big a deal. And just, I'm assuming you're holding NORAD and Arman.
I think that's what I end up doing, yeah.
There's blockade.
Bad.
The dream is dead. Well, not dead, but just makes it a little harder. Okay, so preparing for Allende there.
Yep, that's annoying. Yeah, and a good point by JR here that proves that he does not have gunmen in hand. I had just already decided I wasn't giving Omit, but...
Yeah. Well, but if you gave Omit, he could have hit gunmen.
Well, yeah, exactly. And I'm actually like, I'm not thinking it's DEFCON or bust or anything, but like this isn't a great board.
No. It's not, but I mean, you still have Fidel out there to get into Central.
Yep.
Yeah, Fidel, we saw him before turn 2, right?
I believe he was part of the epic 4AR taking of South Korea.
Yeah. He helped bring communism to South Korea.
Yeah, a different 3-step. What did he do? Did he just like, he went to like Seoul University in this timeline or something?
All right. Well,
So he's got.
yeah, that's good. This looks like a good Brezhnev hand. And he has Quagmire.
I believe so. Yes. So that is interesting. Now, I think I was thinking Brezhnev, but now I want full control of the China card with Gunman in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking to make sure. I'm like, did I screw this up? But he has Gunman, right?
Yeah.
Because that's a very aggressive play in Asia, but
Yeah, he's trying to get
with
you
some
to
consequences.
not coup so he can get rid of Gunman.
But I don't have to coup to like I have Duck.
Yeah. Oh, and that's known.
I think it was, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I oh, that's what I'm doing because I think I know his entire hand, and then I realized that I actually know 8 of his cards. So yeah, that's definitely known. So I think this is good.
Yeah, so then you get China for keeps. So you know 8 of his 9 cards. So there's a very small chance he has Asia, but you can do this anyway.
Yep.
All right, I think I agree with that.
Giving up the VPs, but I think it's a good line. I don't know. So he has in like what, like 9 ARs, scored 24 points here.
Yeah.
Oh, and also if I didn't do that Cambridge play that we were debating on if it was good, I'd have already lost.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was hugely consequential to flip Europe.
Yeah, that's like 21 VPs.
So yeah. Far. Yeah, sort of. I didn't think of eventing Korean War, but now that JR's mentioned it, it's unmodified.
I think that's my plan.
Yeah.
I think I could end up cooing with it, but Korean War for Millops is in my mind.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I see Guatemala sticking out over there, but yeah, the chance for getting the VPs from the war might be a good idea.
Yeah, so I want to event the war, but I feel like something happens that I end up cooing with it. I could be wrong. This was a whole 24 hours ago. I can't remember that far back. So that's interesting.
Oh. Very interesting. And you overprotected Argentina.
Yeah, and I don't see a ton of great places to put my ops. I'm looking at, can I flip Lao and try to, and like, nah, that's dumb.
Yeah, how I learned isn't a bad idea.
Oh, that's interesting. But I'm going to try and just get myself a foothold in South America.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is okay-ish. Also, we're playing a little game here with a known containment because I can't let him space Lone Gunman.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually wondering if I'm going to have to UN it. This I don't care about anymore. I mean,
yeah. Yeah. But if you see Europe disappear here, that would be kind of sad.
Yeah. So JR saying UN containment totally fine. I agree. I think I more just wanted to hold UN if I could.
Yeah, I could see why you'd want to hold UN. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is an interesting move though to play Quagmire to get rid of Fidel.
So that's Nasser. That's a little sad.
Hmm.
Oh, this is what I need to go. Okay.
Hmm. Okay.
And he did space. Yes, I already said that Saturday, Jeremy. I'm gonna stop typing. I'm gonna stop typing things. Okay, and now South America. I mean, he's obviously going to take down, but South America isn't horrifying anymore, at least.
Yeah, yeah, you got something.
Yeah. It's his Millops.
Hmm. I get that. I maybe would have taken Peru there to kind of
Oh, yeah.
secure yourself a little bit in South America.
Yep. I think I was
But
excited for the opportunity to have red numbers in both.
yeah, and I get it though, because now Queen Mexico is an option. Oh, De Gaulle. But yeah, that's what I was worried about with Peru.
Does that, yeah.
Oh, you got some things here though.
Yep.
Holding UN lets you UN the Pope. Although the Pope isn't. You have so many ops in Europe, yeah.
Get here.
Oh, that's fun.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty obvious play once you saw EBM. Otherwise, he just drops lone gunman.
Yeah.
Hmm. When did he get all that influence in Germany?
When he self-quagged, he
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was smart.
Yeah. So I think if I remember right, hey, um, I'm planning on doing libs at the end.
That's fair.
Obnoxious. And I'm destalling into Cuba, I think.
Yeah, I might destall right now. Although, yeah, you could coup as well. I was thinking putting one in Ivory Coast to protect yourself there.
Yeah, that's true. That probably would have been fine.
Oh no.
It's a couple VPs at least. But it worked.
Uh,
Really wish I'd rolled a 2 there, because then I would have, or maybe a 3 or whatever, one higher, because then he would have failed that brush war. That's kind of annoying. I'm just really just give me something to to cut his hand size and
Mhm.
all that fun stuff. Like that's what I'm really, really looking for here.
Yeah, DEF CON's very real possibility in this game.
Yeah. That's kind of conservative, but I think I like it. Like, where else am I putting those ops? Now Central's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree there. Actually, maybe Afghanistan to threaten a flip. I mean, that's probably an empty threat. You're not. He probably knows you're not going to give up the China card at this point.
Yeah, and I think flipping it because I was looking at that earlier. I think like to flip Lao, and even that wouldn't give me Dom. So,
Yeah.
and also I wanted to get Cuba done before I saw Ortega.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if checking it is necessary, but
Yeah, he's probably not going to push into there.
that's bad.
Ugh.
That's 7, and I'm freaking out a little bit now. I could get 3 VPs from space. Oh, I
But
think I might chat.
the only thing you could space is the China card.
Yeah.
I mean, Indo-Pac could get you something.
Yeah, I'm not chatting things anymore. I...
Yeah, I think this is just one of those situations you hope he doesn't have it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna come around to the idea that it's insane to space the China card at least.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to do that.
Not with gunmen. Yeah, again, okay, I just said that.
How does Saturday Jeremy not know what future Jeremy's gonna say?
Yeah, Saturday Jeremy. Not doing too good in the chat game.
Oh no.
So that's like the opposite of war games, but it's still not good.
Yeah.
And now I want to break countries instead of try to aggressively go at Mexico. So I think that's the right way to do libs, and I think doing libs there is okay. Yeah. But that's real bad.
That's unfortunate. Yeah. DEF CON looks like a really good option. Just regular coup with it.
So probably not doing Mexico.
No.
I am glad I held on to UN for so long. Because that's an unspaceable grain sales in my head.
It is.
So I'm thinking Purge, but Purge is a really good coup card based on that scoring in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Pershing is also nice because it at least temporarily gets out of war games. Like, one thing to keep in mind here that is on my mind is that I win the series if we tie, so he's not going to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I might go with Pershing.
It's obnoxious, but like not. It's only bad if he also has USJ, honestly. And DEF CON's high.
Oh. Oh,
Wait,
man.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, JR brings up a good point. Like, when do you get to the point of, like, you just jam Germany?
So I think I'm thinking more about gunmen at this point, and I've got just 3 ops though. Like, do I have the ops for that?
Probably not.
I don't think I do.
He could have given up gunman there.
Yeah, so I'm like, WTF.
He's got to have aims, right?
Yeah, something like that. So now I'm like, where's Asnot? Okay, now
Oh,
I spaced that, right?
yeah, that's true.
Yes.
He could have redrawn Ask Not.
I'm also not quite ready to give up on the board. That's better.
Mm-hmm. Well, North Sea Oil's nice because you know he's not going to take 8 hours.
That's what I'm thinking, yes.
Oh,
This means a special relationship between
So that's
the British
uh-oh.
Commonwealth and Empire and the United
Drum roll.
States of
all
America.
right.
I think the video's
Oh no, that's sad.
and that's also a very consequential reformer going away too.
Yeah.
What your country can do for you.
So now Europe's
and
probably
what
gone.
you can do for your country.
I guess someone at some point should take Thailand. Hey, there you go. I am just begging for Europe to come around. That's what I need.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, even
Maybe
South
that-
America, that's a big win.
That was huge. Now the Americas, as terrible as they are or were, are
Oh, he did have terrorism.
presumably, I would assume so, the way he played.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He could have drawn it.
Because he didn't ask that immediately when DEF CON was at 2. I
Yeah.
think he must have been. Oh, and this, now I'm worried about him having Africa Dom. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have to play North Sea Oil because now all of a sudden it's not safe. Oh, and I did it again. Okay. North Sea Oil does suck here, JR. You're right.
Yeah.
But I'm still, it's a very tight game on the board. I don't want to give China.
I mean, you don't know the 2 cards he has. He could be holding something annoying that he redrew.
Yep. That would have been a nice one. Although not that big a deal. Wouldn't have changed Dom. I think he probably got this with Asnot, but USJ is around, JR. That's so right now, but the board isn't that bad. But I disagree. We don't seem that fucked. If Europe comes, we're not fucked.
Yeah.
Because what's the board right now? Even in the Americas, 1 for him in Africa, 7 for me in Europe, so I'm +6. I'm actually up by a couple of VPs on the board right now, but less than 5. So I need Europe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't see a way to win this without Europe.
I think he must have gotten that from
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I didn't get Europe, but this is a decent hand, but it's in such a tight game, it's annoying because defectors is going to be given. That's a VP. That's also very annoying because I can't coup now. I think an evil empire with flower power in effect is annoying, but I think I'm going to have to play it. Like this is
Oh,
like a good hand, but like in this situation, like it's like sneakily annoying. Like that's
yeah.
something that I'm gonna be grappling with
If
on
if
this
you
turn.
were up, I would be kind of happy with this hand. But
Yeah.
yeah, you need to make some gains and hmm.
And like nuke subs is I need China. I don't think I can possibly give up those two VPs.
Hmm. Nuke subs, I don't think is the end of the world because you don't have the one stabs in Africa.
Yeah, and I think I can give it
If
on
you give it late,
AR7.
yeah.
Oh, defectors to save a VP is interesting. I didn't think about that, but I think CMC, I think I still like CMC just to deny him this
Hmm.
Junta coup, although that's unfortunate. That's an even real line of Chile that he got two
Minus
influence
two,
out. But
yeah. All right.
then he lost, so that wasn't so bad in the end. Still kind of annoying.
Yeah, it is unfortunate you didn't get a coup because taking Africa down
Yeah, and
would
Africa
have.
is where we're going to be fighting.
Yeah.
Like the big old coup on, I think I would have gone for Zaire to set up Angola realigns.
Hmm.
With a four op, I probably would have cooed with War Games. That would have been huge. Set up an Africa Dom, which would be a flip of 5 VPs. And then he takes off. And this is an interesting part. I'll be interested to see what you guys think. So he had to take 2 out of West Germany to get rid of CMC.
I would go for it. Yep.
Well, but I'm looking at the rest of my hand though.
I know, but I don't
He just needs
see.
3 ops to fix it though.
I know.
Like now I'm regretting using War Games. If I hadn't used War
Yeah.
Games, I
Oh,
would have gone for it.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I could have gotten it.
Yeah, you're probably right. I don't know if I see a path to winning though.
Well, he needs to have Europe, I think, and not Africa. We're going to be doing a lot of this, folks.
Hmm.
Sorry.
But even if he has Europe,
Well, I have to
oh,
stop. He can't have Africa down.
yeah. I keep forgetting that Asia's getting you a couple points.
Yep. But I mean, I have to play this. That's
Yeah.
unfortunate. That's right coup. I actually hit a roll. That's nice.
Jeez.
He unfortunately responded in kind. Now I'm thinking, because I'm going to take a look at the math. There are 2 war cards out there, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. II War and AI War.
Yeah, I would. Hmm.
And so he has what? So he has 5 of 17 cards. 2 of them are wars. He can hold a card. I don't want to give up. I'm trying to dodge Africa Dom. I don't want to use my 4 op for that. I don't think I can play Chernobyl so early. I don't want to play Nuke Subs so early. So I don't know. What do you think of this?
I might have gone with nuke subs.
So
Because
in your
what's
discussions of the
he gonna
nuclear freeze
coup with it?
proposals, I urge you to be one of the
Argentina
candidates
is what I was
who
worried
tried
about.
blindly,
Fair.
declaring yourselves above
Okay,
it
so
all,
there's some tempo,
label
at
both
least.
sides equally at fault,
I wish it was just
to ignore the
one.
facts of history
I'd gotten
and the
one more
aggressive
pip so I could
impulses of the
realign,
evil
but
empire, to simply call the arms race a giant misunderstanding, and thereby remove yourself from the struggle between right and wrong and good and evil.
I'm trying to figure out what the heck to do with these ops. Israel is not useful.
No.
I'm really worried about an AR7. Like the most vulnerable AR7 play is South America, so I'm knowing I have to shore that up.
Yeah.
Europe actually is not vulnerable all of a sudden, so like that seems fine. So I'm just going to really shore that up. I don't know. It's passive, but I think it had to happen. I don't know.
I mean, Asia, if you flip Lao and took Afghanistan. Oh, yeah, JR just mentioned filling Afghanistan.
Yeah. So I mean, it's 8-5. I guess I just didn't see it. But filling Afghanistan is interesting because then he has to put an op into Pakistan. That's a good point. I don't like this South America thing, but I'm thinking I have to get at least 2 ops in there. So maybe 1 in each battleground and 2
Yeah, no, I do think South America is important. Well,
I don't know. There's another dom for him.
yeah.
This could have maybe been better dealt with by just putting 1 in the Dominican and doing something else. I don't know. I mean, this is also unscored, so I'm worried he has the scoring. So I think if he has the scoring, he has to play at his next AR. So I don't hate that, actually. Then that's sad. But I don't think unless it's something awful, he just wouldn't have played that.
I was going to say he might have just held it.
So he doesn't seem to have Europe, does he?
Nope, and unless you're really playing us. But even if he has Europe, I think you still lose, right?
I think I would win if he had Europe.
Oh yeah, he's only getting 1 from Africa. Wait, so yeah, so Europe would make it even.
But right now, I'm just not coming up with it. Like I can't make a play with him being able to respond that is making up 7 VPs right now.
Yeah. No, without Europe, it's for sure not happening.
Well, so I've come up with one crazy scenario, or maybe I haven't come up with it yet, but I will. And that is to do my most favorite thing, Derek. And that is realign Panama. Because if I can flip Panama at -2, that's a difference of, it goes from 2 to I think 4 for me.
Okay.
So that's like 6 VPs right there. I think that's the choice. I'm like, for the sweet love of Jesus, find something better than that. And spoiler alert, I'm not to.
Yeah.
Because like even like Lebanon's overprotected, so I can't grab 2 VPs there. Like I can't.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Panama.
I think the opening and closing of the chat can be interpreted as sad Jeremy noises. Exactly, JR. I just need a 6-1.
Oh, I'm dreading. I almost want to fast forward because I'm dreading what's about to happen.
I think this is right. I can't give China.
Yes.
He's not going to use subs anyway. That didn't do it.
Nope.
That didn't do it either.
Well, it was well fought.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you played 3 really close games. This was a really good series.
Yeah, thank you. It was good. And congrats to Peter. Best of luck against Bartos. I hope I said that right. That'll be a great series. I don't think either one of them are streamers, but it'd be nice to to see that. And he had a 4 anyway. But so yeah, so it's gonna be 9, but like give me 7 for Europe and let me have a real AR7 play on turn 10, and I think I can net 2 VPs from that, right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
But yeah, so congrats to Peter. Team Illinois is still alive in the OTSL playoffs. We got to talk to Frank about when he's playing Isaac in what is it, the round of 16.
Yeah, I haven't heard when he's planning on doing that, but hopefully we can see some of those games. All right. So tomorrow I'll have another ITSL match. Playing David Chu, who's pretty good.
Oh yeah, he's a good player. Yeah.
Yep. And then we have finally Team Illinois. We finally have another game to play. So we'll be playing Team Colorado on Wednesday at our normal time.
Looking forward to it.
All right. So thanks for watching, everyone, and have a good night.